No question. With John Anderson, I'm Carl Ravitch. Showdown Sunday. No slowdown from Michael Vick as he makes his first start of the season. Immediately brings Carolina to earth. We'll see him in action and hear him in the Sunday conversation a little later.
Yes, right now, you're going to hear me talk about the Titans and the Colts. Tied at the top of the AFC South, but there wouldn't be after 60 minutes played in Nashville. Steve McNair there and healthy enough for the moment. Second quarter, less than 9 minutes left. 10-6 Titans. McNair drops back. Marcus Washington rolls up on his left leg. Now he had the right calf thing that was sore coming in. Slowed a bit, stayed in the game. McNair hands off to Chris Brown. Third down. Punt team alert. McNair and the offense then would not get back on the field for a long time. Vanderjagt makes the kick, makes it 10-9 Titans. The Colts now 3-0 lead since McNair last touched the ball. Ensuing kickoff. And Eddie Berlin, oh, that hurts. Down he goes, fumbles, ball is recovered by the Colts. A lot of white shirts in there, got that. Vanderjagt, 23 yards out, got it. It's now 6-0 Colts since McNair and the offense last touched the ball. And then the Colts would get it back to start the second half. Edgerrin James nearly fumbles the pitch, bobbles and gets controlled and powers in the end zone. 19-0 Colts, 13-0. Where's McNair? He's on the sidelines still. The kickoff, Eddie again. And Eddie, uneasy time, puts the rock on the turf. Colts recover again. Bring out the offense. And poor Eddie, he is thinking about selling encyclopedias for the rest of his life. After another Titans defensive stand, Vanderjagt now 37 consecutive field goals made. Colts 16-0 since McNair went to the sideline. 7:10 left in the third quarter before he finally came out, got his team a field goal. It was 22-13. Then look at Marvin Harrison. One-handed diving catch with the half twist. Look at that. The degree of difficulty is 406. Marvelous Marv, 10 catches, 124 yards, but none of them better than that one. Colts would score on the drive to make it 29-13. Coming back, Robert Holcomb, touchdown from McNair. Titans convert the two-point conversion, 29-21. Titans get the ball back. Justin McCarons has got it down to the 2. Now 3rd and goal. McNair limps up there. Going to find Derek Mason. That's 6 points. Purdy getting both feet down. 29-27. We'll go for 2 again. McNair, this time the pass, tipped by Dwight Freeney. No flag for pass interference. We're not going to call it, though, because Dwight Freeney, Syracuse Orangeman, tipped it. Look at it here. There it is. And yes, the 10-game winning streak at Adelphia Coliseum for the Titans in severe jeopardy. Freeney's pumped. Guess what? Titans poised to get the ball back again. Colts punting. This time McCarons puts it on the ground. Titans 4 fumbles, 3 on returns. That one buries them. Colts go to 6-1 on the road. McNair and the Titans lose 29-27. Ed Werder on the show Sunday in Nashville.
After improving to 6-1 on the road, Peyton Manning said he hopes the Colts have dispelled their image as a soft team, one described by the term dome babies. The play, Manning said, best exemplifies their physical style. Edgerrin James punishing 2-yard touchdown run, taking on 3 defenders. Said Manning, I heard that hit. Somebody went backwards, and it wasn't us. It did take the Colts 5 trips to the red zone to score that touchdown.
Anytime you're playing against a tough defense, it's going to be tough down there, but you just got to keep fighting and fighting, and eventually we got in.
Addressing his team after the game, Jeff Fisher tried to absolve any individuals of responsibility for the loss. But kick returner Eddie Berlin knew better. He was responsible for 2 of their 3 lost fumbles on return teams, and he helped contribute to the Colts running an incredible 34 consecutive offensive plays. At his locker afterward, he said, it's inexcusable. I'm as responsible as anyone for this loss. In Nashville, I'm Ed Werder, ESPN.
Thank you, Eddie. Colts sweep the season series, so not only do they lead the division by a game with 3 to play, they also have the big hammer when it comes to the tiebreaker, both with 2 of the last 3 at home. Indy with a better inter-division and intra-conference record as well.
We'd rather be 11-1 frauds than 7-5, hanging from a string from Mike Shanahan, sucking on his behind all the time. When you're scared, you're scared. And this weekend, y'all can quote me, y'all can do what y'all want to, but we're going to put something on their ass, and you can believe that.
It's Eddie being Eddie. Broncos coach Mike Shanahan being Mike. First quarter, there are zeros on the board. C-Po, Clinton Portis from 11 yards out. Oh, breaking in 7-0 Broncos, beginning of a monster day on Showdown Sunday. Later in the first, 7-zip. Give it to the Priest. Takes it in from 2. He had 77 total yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. This puppy's knotted up at 7. Second quarter. Portis again. Yard out. Remember, he rushed for $170 in the rain last week. He had 30 yards at the half. 30 at the half. It's 14-7. Ensuing kick. Dante Hall. This is big. 61 yards. Chiefs coaches enthused. It would set up Priest's second touchdown. We're all tied at 14. Later in the second, 17-14. Facing 3rd and 10, Trent Green. The mouth that roared. Eddie Kennison touchdown. 3 catches, 83 yards, 21-17 Chiefs at the half. Now 24-21 Broncos in the third. Not a lot of defense in this game. Clinton Portis squirts through. Look out. Fakes Jerome Woods out of his head. 59 yards. Shanahan says every time that guy touches the ball, he's got a chance to go the distance. His third of the day, 31-21. 28 yards on this touchdown run. Dick Vermeil, I got no answers. 38-21. Later in the fourth, the Bronx are up 17. Jake Plumbers has just run the clock out. Then there was Rod Smith who said, no, get your 5th touchdown. Portis later said, I need to listen to Rod more often. 218 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns. Only 3 players ever scored 6 in a game. Eddie Nevers, Doug Jones, Gale Sayers. Sean Salisbury breaks down Portis.
All right, Carl, the Kansas City Chiefs showed us Sunday exactly why people aren't considering them a Super Bowl contender, because they got pushed around on defense, mainly by Clinton Portis, who had a career day. There's Portis in the backfield. An 8-man front, you're supposed to stop any runs with an 8-man front when you got more than they got to block you with. There you see the line kicking out for Clinton Portis. 9-2, you got a chance to make a tackle, at least put a hand on him. Then the move in the secondary, that's embarrassing. That's an ankle breaker, a little bit of freak move by Clinton Portis, and he takes it all the way for the home run that opened the game wide open for Denver. There's Portis again. What do you do when you got that kind of back? You keep feeding him. You get great push on both sides. The right side dominate. Looked like the old Denver Broncos with Terrell Davis back there. And then the left side. And then how quickly Portis scoots through the hole. Every run it seemed like was big, and there's a triangle of guys. No way should he get through there. Little soft step, kicks it in, takes it all the way to the house again, Carl. He is unbelievable.
Unbelievable and untouchable. So he does what only 4 others in the history of the NFL have done. James Stewart, look at Cookie Gilchrist on the list. Nevers of the 29 Chicago Cardinals, the only player with more rushing touchdowns in a game. The great Jim Brown did it in 1959.
Still to come inside this edition of SportsCenter, more from Showdown Sunday in the NFL. Top teams go toe-to-toe in the NFC and AFC East. Ray Lewis leads the charge into Cincy for first in the AFC North. And then way up north, Randy Moss does what he does best. One of the game's best clears the air concerning his real name, his season-delaying injury, and what took him so long to retake the field. Taking center stage on the college gridiron, another BCS debacle. What went wrong and why, and how the nation's top team could still come up smelling like roses. Major trade issues in the bigs. The world champs working hard to keep their all-star slugger, while the Rangers and Red Sox own up to an A-Rod trade. Plus, top teams hit the NBA hardwood. Shaq and Kobe host Utah's finest, and the beast of the East takes on a tough test out west. It's Cowboys, Culpepper, Vic, the latest BCS buzz, Pudge and A-Rod, plus the Lake Show, all straight ahead on SportsCenter.
Inside that flashlight is something familiar. A battery. And while it may not be the biggest decision of your day, consider this. In the land of Middle-earth, the filmmakers of The Lord of the Rings trusted one battery in every one of their light meters. Duracell. So no matter how you play make-believe, it just has to work. Duracell. Trusted everywhere.
Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. In theaters December 17th.
Can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer! I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer!
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
ESPN College Basketball. Providence, Illinois, and Texas, Arizona. The Jimmy V Classic.
Tuesday at 7 and 9:30 on ESPN.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Gillette. The Gillette family of brands is happy to announce that Don Bartholomew is the winner of the Gillette Stadium Owners Access Weekend.
Pats win in the snow gives New England the AFC East title. The fans at Gillette Stadium surrounded by... I mean, you got chairs that are got built-in coolers. Get up here, little Sparky. Second quarter, watch the Dolphins guard. This is great. Jamie Nails is blocking, and his helmet explodes. To have the name Nails, and then your helmet explode. Look at that. It's just beautiful. There he is. They had another helmet for him. 3-zip in the second, Ricky Williams, nowhere. 68 yards rushing for Williams. The Dolphins had 68 yards rushing. Williams, Mike Vrabel played a big game. In the backfield, Miami practiced their punting. They did it on their first 8 possessions. On the Dolphins' 9th possession at the Pats 10, Fiedler. Look out. His fumble recovered by Vrabel. Pats defense holds. Harrison in on 11 tackles. Fourth quarter, Dolphins thrown 4, down 3-zip Fiedler. That's not good. Right into the hands of Teddy Bruschi. They're flying. Pats win 12-zip. Mike Massaro now on that defense.
On the first play after returning from a hamstring injury, Ty Law felt the Dolphins might test him. He was right. As Jay Fiedler fired to Chris Chambers, Teddy Bruschi intercepted and scored. He says this is a situation he prepares for.
Pepper Johnson throws it to us every Friday as hard as he can. You know, we make a little game out of it, and you know that's what we're joking about on the sideline. We call it on the line, and it sort of resembled the same drill because Pep sort of gets close when he throws the ball. So I was on the line, and there it was.
Fiedler said he never saw Bruschi. Bruschi, however, has an eye for the end zone. Sunday's pick was the 4th consecutive interception. He's returned for a touchdown. In Foxborough, Massachusetts, Mike Massaro, ESPN.
Pats pride. First team in 65 years not to allow a touchdown in 4 straight home games. The last touchdown scored against New England at home, Week 5 against the Titans. A Steve McNair 1-yard run.
All right, you saw the snowballs. Whole deal in the NFL. How you're playing in December. That's it.
Yep.
2 months ago, Cowboys beat the Eagles. Now December, though, whole different snowball. They're the Eagles. They're excited. Bill Parcells was smiling for the moment. This isn't so good. Quincy Carter intercepted by Sheldon Brown. Carter picked off twice, threw for just 93 yards. Deuce Staley, a little shovel pass from Donovan. And just like that, the Eagles cash in on the turnover lead at 17-10. It was 10-10 at half. It was a ball game. Not so much here. Center Matt Lair bumming. Carter, kicker out of the back of the end zone, safety. 19-10 Eagles. Coach, what happened on that play? I mean, near as you can tell.
Don't ask me. I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened. I imagine Lair heard something and he thought, you know, I don't know what happened.
Ball's in front of him, then it was behind him. He doesn't know what happened. After the safety, Eagles got the ball. McNabb to L.J. Smith, 6-yard touchdown. Eagles pouring it on, making up for that Week 6 loss. Coach, again, what happened there?
It was the second half was just it was just awful. I mean, it was just nothing but penalties and turnovers, and you know they're a good team. But it's about as upset at the team as I've been.
Parcells' team outscored 26-zip in the second half. Eagles win at 36-10. 3 TDs for McNabb. Sean Salisbury, how short passes become big gains.
John, the best screen team on the planet is the Philadelphia Eagles because their backs, all 3 can run it, and the timing's always impeccable. McNabb getting out of the pocket, nice little sprint screen. Great job by 2 linemen peeling back. Have a look now. Going to get the most dangerous. If he's not going to get you, then go ahead and get somebody else to free Buckhalter. All this space, he's going to step right through a tackle. The Cowboys didn't tackle anybody today. Great job. Another screen. Different back. This will be Brian Westbrook. Again, drop back, nice, accurate throw out in front by McNabb. And you got your receiver and your lineman downfield blocking. Your back kicking out. Nice job of stepping through 1 tackle. You got to make somebody miss as a screen back. Step through another one, get the first down marker. Great effort for a 3rd one. Roy Williams, one of the best tacklers around. And John, that's how Westbrook finishes it off. And the Eagles win again.
Thank you, Sean. Eagles now with a 2-game lead over the Cowboys in the NFC East. 3 to play. Eagles head down to Miami next week while the Cowboys are at Washington. Philly clinches its 3rd straight division title with a win or a Pokes loss. Sal Paolantonio on the soaring Eagles.
Robert
McNabb wasn't apologetic and he wasn't humble. He sounded a lot like a guy who meant what he said back in October, that the Cowboys are just not that good, and the road to the NFC title must go through Philadelphia.
You need a comment that's made 2 months ago to motivate you to say that, well, they don't respect us, or, you know, they're not appreciating what we've done. Then you really don't need to play.
But the last 2 years, I got a sour taste in my mouth, and these guys will tell you, whether it was Corey, Troy, or Bobby, we're trying to get to the Super Bowl.
And I think what you've seen today is a team that obviously wants to defend their territory and be able to move on.
As for the Cowboys, after the game, an exasperated Bill Parcells said he was particularly unhappy with the effort of his team in the fourth quarter and concerned about whether the Cowboys could make a run for the playoffs. Right now, he said, I don't know where we're going. In Philadelphia, Sal Paolantonio, ESPN.
The BCS, broken computer system. The people who are in charge of it know it. They're going to change it. They agreed to do so a few months ago in the United States Congress. Hardly itself, a universally endorsed assemblage, said the system needs fixing. The latest polls, the greatest indictment. The other shoe has fallen, folks. The final BCS standings has Oklahoma, a loser Saturday night, at #1. LSU, #2. USC, #3. But the polls that use people reveal a decidedly different outcome. The Trojans are at the top of both. Pete Carroll's team #1 in both the Associated Press poll and the ESPN USA Today poll. But the Trojans won't play in the BCS title game.
We're really proud that the season ended the way it did. We're proud that we finished strong. And to find the polls, you know, placing us as the #1 team in the country, we accept that. I'm proud of that. Our football program and all of our people are proud of that. The fact that that now we'll play Michigan in the Rose Bowl, as we look at it, we're the #1 team in the country, and we're gonna do everything we can to hold that #1 spot. By winning that football game, I think at the end of the season, we're gonna be the #1 team in the country, regardless of what you say the other bowl is.
Unfortunately, there seems to be 3 teams that people would like to see, and the system can't satisfy all 3 teams, and it's unfortunate that somebody can't play because we don't have a playoff.
The whys, the hows, mainly some of USC's opponents didn't live up to the preseason expectations. 4 of them were ranked in the preseason. They didn't get it done. USC finished just .016 points behind LSU in the BCS standings. That's the equivalent of 4 spots. 4 spots, folks, in schedule strength. Reese Davis, Trev Alberts, Mark May help.
Armageddon. Doomsday. The BCS's worst nightmare came to fruition. Now, the BCS, we've had controversies since this system was implemented in 1998, but it's always involved the second team. Never before have we had the consensus #1 being left out of the BCS title game. How big a black eye is this for the BCS, Trev?
Well, I think it's a huge black eye. I mean, I think the bottom line was you look at this whole system is we tried. I mean, give the BCS credit. We tried to make sure that the top 2 teams were playing in the BCS championship game. It's time now to step back and say, okay, it didn't work. 3 of the 6 years it didn't work. Time and time again, every year we're going back and making changes, try to atone for things that worked and that didn't work, and then we have to go back and change. I think it's time, guys, we change and realize the BCS does not work, Mark. It risks becoming irrelevant because, once again, we're going to react to a problem and change it year after year. It's irrelevant now in my mind.
Well, I'm going back to the situation that I've been harping on the last couple of days, and I'm going to make this statement again. I don't understand. I don't care about BCS. I don't care about computers. I care about the voters, and I care about the teams that play on the field. My concern is you've got USC, they're Pac-10 champions. You've got LSU, they're SEC champions. And then you get Oklahoma, which moonwalks into the title game. I don't understand this. And, you know, I'm not a guy off the street, as Mike Trangrisi said. I'm somebody that I watch these games, and I try to figure out who's the best team in the country. I still believe this is wrong. There should be something in this system that says, hey, in this situation, when you've got the #1 team in both polls, we've got to step back and reevaluate this and say, we've got to change it today.
Well, SC is not going to be able to play for that championship. They can play for the Associated Press title, and it shows you how tight this situation was. If Notre Dame had beaten Syracuse on Saturday, the Trojans would have been in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. As it is, we have the possibility of a split national championship again. Hey, more titles for everybody.
Joining us now, the commissioner of the Big East and also the BCS coordinator, Mike Trangrisi. Mike, the BCS certain to suffer a barrage of slings and arrows over this, but tell us why this isn't a disaster and why the system worked.
Well, in the old system, John, the three teams that we're talking about, Oklahoma, LSU, and USC, would have played in 3 different bowl games. In many of the years of the BCS, we've been able to bring together the 2 clear number 1 and number 2 teams. This year we've had 3 very deserving teams. So I know USC is disappointed. They're going to a great bowl in the Rose Bowl, obviously, and playing a great team in Michigan. But the BCS is allowing 2 very deserving teams to come together and play for the national championship, that being LSU and Oklahoma.
But it's designed, obviously, not to have a split championship. It's to get a consensus number 1, and that consensus number 1 team right now not playing in the game. So how do you answer the folks on the street who look at this and the folks at the Trojans say they were robbed here?
Well, when the BCS was created, we wanted to simply use the human polls. But we were told by the writers that we couldn't do it because their job was to write the news, not to make the news. And we had no choice but to create something else, and that's why we finally went to the computers. I wish we were just using human polls. It would make it easier on everyone, but that was a choice that was taken away from us. So we crafted the BCS poll as we know it. We think it's the best system available to us. You're right, USC is number 1 in the human polls, but they finished number 3 in the computer polls, and then they finished 3rd in the strength of schedule. When you combine those 3 things together, that's what ultimately led to LSU and Oklahoma getting into the game.
Certainly appears that the football coaches and writers were trumped here by the computer text. What changes might we see? We've got 2 years left on the BCS.
I don't know. It's obviously this year is a very unusual situation, and we're going to have to come together in April at our annual meeting, and we'll spend considerable time discussing it. But I can't sit here and say that we ought to do this versus this, because I think if LSU were left out or Oklahoma were left out, I think their fans would probably have the same feelings as the USC fans.
Mike Tranghese, BCS coordinator, we thank you for your time. It should still be good football on January 1st and 4th.
Thank you, John.
So here's the big bowl lineup. Michigan, SC, and Pasadena. Pac-10 still hasn't sent a team to the BCS title game. FedEx Orange Bowl stayed home. Miami, Florida State, regular season rematch. Ohio State returning to Tempe, where they won the national title, faced Big 12 champ K-State. And then LSU, Oklahoma. And now you know why Dennis warned you about sugar. It can cause cavities.
It certainly does. Welcome back. Showdown Sunday. Dante's Inferno. He and Moss make a mess of the Seahawks secondary.
We played pretty good lately, and today we stunk.
Yeah, we like that. From stunk to stung. The Ravens and Ray Lewis lay down the law. Now the Natty gets knocked off the top of the AFC Norris. And will either of the Rodriguezes, Alex or Pudge, play on the teams they played with last season when we begin next season? Hot stove in flames. We'll be back.
You ever go horseback riding? Are you kidding? Those things are huge. What about motorcycles? No way. You ever hang glide? No, I'm scared of flying. Surfing? Way too dangerous. Right.
No matter what you love to do, bring your Visa card. The card you know they'll take wherever your adventures take you. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Are you troubled by creditors? You're pre-approved. I guarantee it.
Lose 10 pounds in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Go from fat to flat.
You've won a dream vacation. Want to see my webcam?
Trouble with it? Everybody loves baklava. Crispier, flakier crust. 50%.
Get tough on spam with Junk Email Guard from MSN. Go to msn.com. It's better with the butterfly.
Bitter rivals meet in Hockeytown on ESPN Thursday Night Hockey. Brett Hall and the storied Detroit Red Wings face off against the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago, Detroit, Thursday at 9. The NHL on ESPN, made in America.
What is it about Sony? A difference in quality you can see? The leading edge of innovation? Reliability you can count on? Performance that captivates you? The Vaio PC from Sony. It has all the best of what Sony has to offer. The Sony Vaio V505 PC with optional Intel Centrino mobile technology. If you're looking for the ultimate in power and mobility, this is it. And because Sony designs VAIO computers to work with many other Sony products, it's even easier to enhance your pictures, music, and video. Order the Sony VAIO V505 PC with Intel Centrino mobile technology today. Call now or go online to get free shipping and a free printer. Sony VAIO. Everything you expect from Sony and more.
Showdown Sunday. Bengals Ravens battle for supremacy in the AFC North. Marvin Lewis back in Baltimore. Was a fine defensive coordinator there. Did some nice work. First quarter, Bengals lead 3-0. Peter Warrick, muffs the punt. Now we got to dive after them off. Ravens recover. They'll take over. First and goal, Ravens at the 1, and Jamal Lewis, of course, capping a 6-play, 27-yard drive. And just like that, Ravens up 7-3. We jump to the third quarter now. Let's give each team 10 points and call it 17-13. First and goal again, pitch to Lewis, and about the same thing. A little stiff arm and house. 24-13 Ravens. Fourth quarter, you know that works so well. One more time, handoff to Lewis. Through the middle, no contest. Now 11 TDs this season, 180 yards rushing, 9th 100-yard game of the season. Bengals driving. John Kitna trying to get his team close. He gets punished. Ray Lewis will come up with a kit to 214 yards for the air, 2 picks and a TD. Ravens win it 31-13. Not a good return to Baltimore from Marvin Lewis. So your Ravens take a 1-game lead in the division. Teams splitting the season series 1-all. Bengals 3-2 against the division, while the Ravens are 2-2. Here's the key. Baltimore's remaining opponents have combined 12-26. The Bengals teams 19-18. Jaws on the Ravens, large win.
The mantra for the Ravens this season has been protect our house. With a win over the Bengals Sunday, Baltimore is now 6-1 at home.
When we come home and our defense is so loud, offenses have a hard time playing against us. And this 12th man, it's just incredible. It's incredible playing in Baltimore.
Our fans are unbelievable, you know. You get the nice surroundings, you know them, and then our fans, I mean, they get on the offense, and it's just a great being at home.
We got the crowd on our side. Our defense feeds off that, and they're going to get turnovers.
You got the crowd with you. That gives you extra momentum, third downs, crucial situations, turnovers, and for us, it's been very helpful having them.
You want to go 8-0 at home. That's your house. It's tough in this league to go on the road and win, and you can't afford to be 4-4 at home and expect to go to the playoffs.
Now leading the AFC North by 1 full game, Baltimore travels to Oakland and Cleveland. They then return home in the regular season finale to host the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Baltimore, I'm Ron Jaworski, ESPN.
All right, we put the AFC playoff house in order then. Patriots clinched the AFC East with the win over the Dolphins. Miami's loss also clinched the playoff berth for the Chiefs, despite their big loss to the Broncos. Colts and Ravens take the division leads, and the Bengals also drop a game back in that wild card race.
Both the Seahawks and Vikings alive in the NFC picture. Seattle stinks on the road. So say many of their fans. Their 1-5 record confirms it. Vikings hosting them for the first time since '84.
He'll go deep. Right side for Randy Moss. And Moss got it! Touchdown! That was one of the greatest catches Randy Moss has ever made.
Couple of qualifiers on that one. Culpepper to Moss, 47 yards at 7-zip. Maurice Morris on the ensuing kickoff. Pig pile on Mo. Everybody get involved. We count up to 19 players. They're 29th in the league in defense, and everybody's got to help. Seahawks bring it out. Third quarter, Vikes up 13-7. Culpepper, 45 yards. I think Moss is locked in. 8 catches, 133. Dante throws for 3 touchdowns. The Vikes up 27. Fourth quarter, 27-7. Matt Hasselbeck, INT. 80 yards about face. Vikings up 34-7 on Mike Natil's touchdown. After the game, Mike Holmgren not delivering the flowers.
I think we're a better football team this year than we've been, and we played pretty good lately. And today we stunk.
If you notice, we had stink and stunk in the last minute. Mike Tyson, the Vikes hold the ball for 38-51, almost a 2-1 advantage.
Different sport now. Pacers Kings finally doing some business on the floor after getting together to trade basketball players during the offseason. All-star Brad Miller transplanted from his home state in Indiana to Sacramento. Wanted to stay. Pacers couldn't pay. Chose to buck up for Jermaine O'Neal and lifer Reggie Miller. Brad had to go. Miller putting up 15 points, 10 boards in the scorebook every night. Loves the team, loves winning, hates California traffic. Pacers hated to lose Miller, but you know what? They love being 16-4 on the road in Sacramento Sunday night. Shake your cowbells if you got them. There's Big Brad. First quarter, Kings led by 2. Miller dishing to Doug Christie. 10 assists for the big fella, and he scored as well. Here on the offensive end again, Miller, a triple-double, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. The Kings led 34-30. His counterpart in the trade, Scott Pollard, 11 minutes, had 2 points and a rebound. Now here, Ron Artest called for the offensive foul, and he's gonna protest and get his first technical foul of the season. Can you believe it? And then he talks some more. Reggie Miller, Rick Carlisle cannot restrain in time. There's a second tee, and let's make it a shower. Fourth quarter, final seconds. 91-88. Oakfield, the drama. Jamison Brewer, no. Kings win at 91-88.
Celtics blew a 29-point lead in their latest loss. For their next trick, they get Carmelo and the nasty Nugs. Clinton Portis running for 5. Maybe he'll go for... Look at Carmelo. 17 points, 10 boards. Same quarter, Paul Pierce. That's him off the screen. Quick jumper, 98-96. Green. Later in the fourth, Pierce pushing. Access not denied. Nuggets playing Phantom D. Boston a winner. Pierce 33, 7 rebounds and 10 assists. Baseball teams very busy until midnight Eastern Sunday, in some cases trying desperately to keep stars, in others opening the door for them to leave. Vladimir Guerrero, perceived by some to be the top 5-tool player in baseball, is a free agent. The Expos made one last-ditch effort to sign him to a long-term deal, and they failed. So now Guerrero can go anywhere. The O's have expressed a great deal of interest in bringing Vladimir to Baltimore. They may also be interested in bringing Pudge Rodriguez there. No raise, no deal. Team offered 2 years, $16 million. He wanted 4 years, $40 million. The postseason MVP leaves Florida. Will A-Rod be leaving Texas? We'll know more probably Tuesday, as Red Sox owner John Henry will meet with A-Rod and his agent perhaps to try to restructure some of that deferred money. Kaz Matsui is a New York Met, agreeing to a 3-year deal over $6.5 million per year. He, of course, plays shortstop. So does Jose Reyes. Other baseball news, Greg Maddux, who, of course, is one of the most consistent pitchers of all time, won 15 games in 16 straight seasons, 4 Cy Young Awards, not offered arbitration. He needs 11 wins to get to 300. He's out of Atlanta. Shannon Stewart saged in Minnesota, 3 years, $18 million, 4th in the MVP voting, .322 with the Twins. He turned the team around. One other note, the Phillies do offer arbitration to Kevin Millwood. Still to come on SportsCenter, John and I all over Michael Vick. Highlights of his first start and his thoughts on the media's second guessing of his delayed return. Deuce McAllister and the Saints looking to make a late playoff push, but an offensive Warren Sapp stands in their way. The Lakers try to extend their winning streak to 9 with just 3 future Hall of Famers in the lineup against the Jazz. And after a week in which we saw everything from snowballs to $400,000 passes, how could Boomer possibly narrow down his top 10? Plus, don't miss the heartwarming story of a Vermont football tradition.
I suspect there's never been a Middlebury student who's crossed Butch's porch Butch hasn't been delighted to see. He makes you feel like $1 million.
Vic, Deuce, Sapp, Boomer, the Lakers, plus a feel-good football story. You can't miss it ahead on this 90-minute edition of SportsCenter.
Winter X Games 8 coming in January, live for the first time on ESPN.
Hey, old Michael Strahan, you ain't got nothing. How about them Cowboys?
Offensive behavior. Another side effect of hunger. Stop hunger from stopping you. Grab a Snickers, peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
The one and only Dockers Stain Defender.
Check Tram Blitz. Check that safe. We saw it too. Red 80, yo, watch the
Mankind's greatest invention? Fire was clever. The telephone.
the automobile, and the DVD. But wouldn't it be great if you could record on this?
Presenting the Panasonic DVD recorder.
My shows, my home movies, even my photos.
The incomparable picture, sound, and ease of DVD. Now yours with total control recording to watch whatever, whenever you want.
Now this is genius.
The DVD recorder from Panasonic. Ideas for life.
Don't just give a gift. Give the good life.
This is the year to get him something for all his projects, and Sears is the place to do it.
A saw with a laser. How cool is that?
This year, I'm going to give him the ultimate workshop.
Stores my tools, charges my batteries. I love it.
Sears is his favorite store.
The big tool sale at Sears. Get great savings on top brands, including Craftsman, like this Mechanics tool set for just $99.99.
Give the good life.
It's simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think you'd agree. It's just about perfect.
The new Chevy Malibu. Available with OnStar. Visit ChevyMalibu.com for details.
They are ghosts of the gridiron. Their names are legend, and their time has come again. Now, a new generation has emerged as college football's celebration of excellence writes a new chapter. Who will be the chosen few? The 2003 Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's. Saturday at 8 Eastern on ESPN.
The Ultimate Highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
At the pony, at the flame, either way it's in the bin. If it's me, consider it more than no coincidence. Even though they marble at me, suckers keep they distances. 25, living life, I was born yesterday. Loving life, doing right, earning every breath I take. Standing in the mud again, cause it seemed to pay me well. Playing with my not so distant cousins from the ATL. I'm so happy here. Nothing you can do to make me stay away.
The Oklahoma fans are stunned.
Get your cup, fill it up, sober don't appeal to us. If you know you what you can, that alone is still enough. Help us out if you're rich, cause we finna pitch a bit. Just stop by the store, grab a case of that, 6 of this. At the end of the day, I will have no regrets. Got it going every morning, I ain't even focused yet. At the bottom of the pond, swimming with the mud cats. If you dive in, I'm putting suey for a drug match. Spell it out, L-E-G-E-N-E, I still believe. Never go die, self-believe, indeed I will achieve. In this life, but even eggs, whether drinking gin or bags. Mama finna bring it home, just tell them to send a check.
Phenomenal. Whoa. Phenomenal strength in his hands. Whoa. A one-handed dandy. Counts if it goes. Dean Hofstrom. He just punched the road for here.
Ultimate Highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
Panthers, Falcons, welcome back to the huddle. Michael Vick, first start of the year. Atlanta 2-9 in his absence.
Number 7.
They like him. On the other side, Michael Rucker. Mic'd up. Take a listen.
Gosh dang it.
That's all right. Rub it out. Rucker gets back in there.
Hey, and I got some of them too. I'm back. You can't stop me.
A lot of noise being talked later in the first. We're tied at 7. Michael Vick avoids the This is Michael Vick being special, which is what he does. It led to a field goal by Jay Feely, which he missed from 34 yards. And then in the fourth quarter, 14-7, Panthers, Vick again. This time he's extra special. Munching up the turf. Just running everywhere. Oh, the defense. They're going to be winded. Now everybody in the NFL, especially on the defensive side, is just crazed because this guy is back and he's fantastic. Same drive, second and goal, little play action fake. Vic, I'll take that, thanks. 141 rushing yards, house. Tie game at 14. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Vic up top now. Besides the ground, 179 passing yards. That's a total of 320. The other team had 231. He's good. Same drive, Vic, though. Here's a hiccup. Looking for Algie Crumpler again and doesn't get him. Deion Grant picks it off. Look at Algie. He fought for it, though, but we're going to overtime. Panthers 3-0 in OT this season, all on the road. 3rd and 3 in the extra time. Jake Delhomme pick. Kevin Mathis going to the house. 32 yards for the touchdown. Going to be close. Ball in before knee down. Ref says, yeah, 2014 Falcons win. Here's Skycam Sean Salisbury.
John, the Skycam play of the game comes courtesy of Mike Vick. And there's a reason. This is the world's greatest athlete, and to slow this down and freeze it and do all those things would be a disservice to this great football player. How fortunate his linemen are to have him back in the lineup, making things happen, and really what is equivalent to his 3rd preseason game. He gets a little help from his friends, but his ability to make people miss brings Atlanta right back into the fray and gives this playoff team, the Carolina Panthers, all they can handle for our Skycam play of the game.
Visa Skycam play of the game. Brought to you by Visa. If you love the NFL, it's everywhere you want to be.
Vick's 141 rushing yards, 3rd most in NFL history in a single game by a quarterback. So now he owns 2 of the top 3. That other one came against the Vikings. He's special. Tobin Roy, good there with 150. Hey, if the season started today, the Falcons would be 1-0. Still to come, Brett Favre brings the Packers back. The Cowboys in danger of falling behind. The NFC wildcard race, 2 spots, 3 teams. Oh, yeah, another job for the BCS computer. And let's be honest, your viewing day is not complete unless Boomer counts down 10 of the best, wildest, edgiest plays of the week. And there's bowling.
Can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer!
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
Samsung TVs with DLP, the first to use the advanced theater technology digital light processing. So clear, you won't be the only one to think it's real.
On this town.
Last Tuesday, ABC shattered the boundaries of network television.
I want that money.
This Tuesday, prepare to cross the line again.
What do you want me to do? Steal the money back?
Yeah.
A new Line of Fire, Tuesday at 10, 9 Central on ABC.
Now on pay-per-view.
What the hell are you doing?
I made a few plans of my own.
The perfect team
You okay?
doesn't want to make a score.
You want to start the game up again? That's fine with me.
They want to settle one.
Gold is coming to us. Gonna boost it in transit.
Yeah! Got the Holy Spirit.
Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, and Edward Norton.
You just blew the element of surprise.
The Italian Job.
Surprised?
Order it now on DirecTV pay-per-view.
It's boxing's biggest night ever. They say it's a blockbuster. That Mayorga is one of the hottest fighters. That Hopkins is nearly impossible to beat. That Rahman has dangerous one-punch power. It's 5 world title fights all in one night. Mayorga versus Spinks, Hopkins versus Joppi, Rahman versus Ruiz, plus Zab Judah and Alex Garcia. Saturday, December 13th, live on DirecTV pay-per-view. Don't miss this championship night, live on DirecTV pay-per-view, Channel 101. It's gonna be a monster.
Bears have shown signs of life. Packers a unique ability to be mediocre. Brett Favre, 19-4 against his club, though. 2 hands all up in there, and this is not good. Favre tried to throw it into the 50th row, he said. Nearly threw it to the 50-yard line. Lands Briggs picks it off. Favre said, I may have been the only one in the stadium. Not worried. It's 14-zip Favre. Javon Walker, 24 straight games with a TD pass against the Bears, ties the Marino record. 14-13. Cordell Stewart, not good. That's Mike McKenzie and his lid going the other way. Been burned early in the game, said, don't worry, I'll get it back. He had 2 picks in the second half. He returns it 90. Pack wins 34-21.
Bucks and Saints. New Orleans 3 straight wins over Tampa Bay. John Gruden trying to keep that slim hope of the playoffs alive. Ditto for the Saints. Deuce McAllister roughed up by John Lynch. Deuce loses his helmet. Of course, you can keep your helmet while all those around you are losing theirs. You'll be in good shape. McAllister held below 100 yards for the first time in 10 games. Brad Johnson to who? Warren Sapp. Nice grab, 14-7 bucks, and he almost lost it in the lights, but look at him, very nimble. Now we flash back, that's his 3rd career TD, 2nd this season. The first one, he did this whole dance thing, so you suppose he went there again? I mean, the man is Pro Bowl talent. He's an incredible player. He is Mark Madsen of the NFL when it comes to dancing. Luckily, he didn't go there this time. Bucks win 14-7. All right, 6 postseason spots in the NFC. Here's how it shakes out through Sunday. Eagles in. Rams, Vikes, Panthers lead their divisions. Cowboys, Seahawks, Packers fighting for the bonus berths. And the AC just hanging the 6 and 7 squads.
Boy, Showdown Sunday. Don't you want a little weather in the NFL? I thought it was amazing that we had football games in Green Bay and in Buffalo, and there was no snow. A friend of mine in Montreal said, coming up here, we got plenty of green grass. But if you lived in the Northeast, Philly had snow, Baltimore had snow earlier in the weekend, the Meadowlands had snow, and in New England, well, it was the 1st of December covered with snow. So was the Turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Maybe James Taylor will make our top 10 plays of the week because the fans at New England, at the Razor, at Gillette Stadium, going to the Patriots, Miami. Where's my seat? I know it's somewhere up here. Dad, can you take me to a game? Oh, my goodness. And this guy, he thought Miami, he was in Miami. But the big play, perfect day for an ice-cold Brewski. Teddy Brewski with the pick, and let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The Patriot fans show their appreciation. The P-men win the AFC East. You want more snow? How about 1AA quarterfinals at Colgate? The leatherneck kicker of Western Illinois. I kicked this way, and then Travis Glassford. You would think they'd have an advantage wearing white. And this is how it looked from above, ba-boom, and then this is how it looked in the lens. Yikes. But the Red Raiders, on this snowy day, advance to the semis, beating the Leathernecks 28-27. Mika Koivunemi at Bradley Bowl. Another on-time arrival at the Hartford Airport. Bradley Bowl, a rare televised perfect game, a 300. How about some soccer? In the Dutch League Soccer, Rafael van der Vaart from the back of the foot, and he's not wearing wooden clogs. Shirt off, but back of shoe on. An amazing goal. Speaking of goals, hockey. Tyson Nash over Martin Brodeur for a goal for Phoenix. And then the least known of the 500 goal scorers is Joe Huey Lewis and the Nieuwendyk. You know, you score 517 goals, you get to bunt it in like that. He had a pair Thursday night in Boston. I remember, at least because I was there. And then Mike Weir has this wedge between the rocks. Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock. Are you kidding me? He would miss the putt, probably because his putter was bent. An amazing shot. So doesn't that get you set for plays 5-1? I knew, by the way, 49ers just scored again. We'll have that for you on SportsCenter coming up, plus our top 5 plays. Stay with us.
Home is where the hoop is. With ESPN Full Court, you'll get more than 450 additional games of college basketball. To order, call your local cable company, DirecTV at 1-800-DirecTV, or Dish Network at 1-800-333-DISH.
Thanks for taking care of them today. Let's go.
The 2004 Jetta. New look, same get up and go.
I don't know how he does it.
Donovan McNabb and his mom are coming to your home.
Hey, what's going on there? Come on in. Where's the kitchen? Back here.
And they're bringing dinner.
Can't believe these guys.
Campbell's Chunky Chicken Corn Chowder. Now heartier with even more chicken. Sure beats another frozen dinner.
One game before you go. I'm McNabb.
No, I'm McNabb.
Come on, Donovan. I'm always McNabb.
I am McNabb.
Boys, play nice. I'm McNabb. It's my house. I'm McNabb.
I'm McNabb.
I'm McNabb.
Have Chunky Soup for dinner. Make it Campbell's instead.
When you describe my game, you'll need words like,
Woo! You need words like, ah!
you'll need words like,
ah!
dang.
My name's Paul.
Vince. Carmelo.
I create.
Adjective.
NBA Live 2004 with freestyle. Ready for everyone.
I create with freestyle.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yo, Nick, what's the dip?
Only Tostitos scoops have the bite-sized bowl-shaped design that's perfect for dipping and dunking every time. So however you like to dip, there's only one Dip Lover's chip.
I own this court. Yeah. No, I really own this court. You guys got to go.
Tostitos scoops, the Dip Lover's chip.
First, I emptied the checking account, and then I hit the mall, and there in the window was this sexy little outfit, and oh my gosh, I just had to have it. $1,500 for a leather bustier? I didn't care. It lifts and separates. Plus, it's not like I'm actually paying for it.
Introducing Citi Identity Theft Solutions. Free with any Citi card. Help getting your life back? That's using your card wisely.
All right, here we go now for our top five. And among the great things that Doug Flutie does is I think he should be on the great list of inventors. How do you make a play like this, and how do you find LaDainian Tomlinson right there? Tomlinson had 236 yards all told on this day, but you got to give Flutie A in the creativity department. This is Chuck Bartlett from Mississippi. Halftime of the SEC Championship game, LSU, Georgia. Makes a couple of tosses for some dough from 5, misses from 10, so there's no way he's going to be able to hit from 30 yards for $400,000. You get one throw, but you know what? It could go all the way. It's in there, in the can for $400,000. Merry Christmas. Warren Sapp becoming the deep threat that the Buccaneers have needed. As Tampa Bay stays mathematically alive, Sapp with a touchdown against the Saints. Talk about a great catch. This is what Mike Williams does for USC against Oregon State. Amazing. Trojans win, but are left out of the BCS, or should I say the BSC. But you know what? USC and Michigan in the Rose Bowl, that's the game we'll watch anyway. Amazing, amazing catch. Colts Titans. Tennessee almost tied this game thanks to the hands and feet of Derek Mason. But in this game, the spoils went to the Indianapolis Colts. And the catch of the game and the catch of the day was the Colts' Marvin Harrison. Right there from Peyton Manning. As the Colts now have the inside track on the AFC South, they've swept the Titans. But our hats off on this day to a gentleman I've known since he's come in the league, Bruce Smith, 40 years young, 19th season. As a Buffalo Bill, he was menacing, piling up sack after sack after sack with his quickness. And on this day, playing for the Skins against the Giants quarterback Jesse Palmer, might as well face it, Palmer's addicted to sacks. Smith, with his 199th career sack, has now passed Reggie White as the all-time sack leader. Congratulations to number 78.
Indeed, Boomer. Thanks. Fourth time the women of North Carolina, the Lady Huskies of UConn meet in the NCAA soccer title game, and North Carolina's won the previous 3 by a 10-0 score. They're up 1-0 after that Lindsey Tarpley goal. They go up 3-0 when Heather O'Reilly scores later in the second. That's the corner kick. The header no good. Tarpley's there, second of the game. They win 6-0. A 27-0 perfect season. They outscored their 6 tournament opponents 32-0. Congratulations.
still ahead on Sportscenter.
You walk every day, so you know what it feels like. You run, you jump. Well, I can't do that unless I have help.
The story of a man who for more than 40 years has been an inspiration to the sports teams at a special New England college. In the NFL, Showdown Sunday turned into Separation Sunday. John Salisbury, Tom Jackson debate the day's statement maker. A week ago, their coach called them the dumbest team in the league. How would the Raiders respond this Sunday on the road? And Sunday night at the Staples Center, the Lakers hosted Karl Malone's old team. Could the mailman's new team deliver a win without him? Plus, in our Sunday conversation, Michael Vick talks about how his own teammates question how long it took him to recover from his injury. Sunday's biggest winners, plus Vick, Shaq, the Raiders, coming straight up on SportsCenter.
In a special taste test, Sam Adams Light was the only light beer to be awarded a gold medal by the judges of the World Beer Championships. We got the medal. You get the reward. Sam Adams Light, the best tasting light beer in the world.
There's glory for the individuals who come together for a common goal. You tame the elusive beast of time and space, bringing together offices from every corner of the globe, working in real time, as if shoulder to shoulder. You have the new Microsoft Office system. Go team.
In a special taste test, Sam Adams Light was the only light beer to be awarded a gold medal by the judges of the World Beer Championships. We got the medal. You get the reward. Sam Adams Light, the best tasting light beer in the world.
Would you be interested in owning your own executive consulting business in your home city? You'd be offering a unique financial service that would protect clients from lawyers, judgments, and government seizures. Did you know that over $160 billion was paid last year just to settle frivolous lawsuits? 1 out of 3 people that are in business or practice a profession will be sued this year. As an asset protection consultant, you could make as much as $4,500 from each client. If you're interested in earning a serious executive income by offering a unique and affordable service in huge demand, and if you're prepared to make an investment in your own business, part or full-time, then a former nationally known collection attorney and best-selling author wants to give you full information about this limited opportunity. To hear a recorded message with full details, call 1-800-228-8803. That's 1-800-228-8803. Call anytime, 24 hours. 1-800-228-8803.
All right, Bill Callahan, not exactly kind to his Raiders last week, taking a task, and, well, in this one, the Steelers took him to the shed. Jerome Bettis, 11-yard touchdown. He passes Thurman Thomas for 9th place in the all-time rushing list a bit later in the game. Third quarter, Steelers lead it 17-7. Antoine Randall L. He's on the back end of a punt, hauls in about the 30, and then he just takes off. The guys in the silver pants and the white shirts can't get him down. Nice block there. 51 yards would set up a touchdown. The Steelers win at 27-7, and the Raiders continue to crumble, now 3-10.
Showdown Sunday, challenge for the Niners to show up against the Cardinals, who haven't all season. That's Cedric Wilson, Brandon Lloyd. They're practicing something. First quarter, Niners up 7-zip as John begins to practice. Terrell Owens, a 1-yard touchdown, and that would be
the 49er mimer, baby.
He's our dance expert. Second quarter, Niners up 21-zip. Wilson, who's been practicing, goes in from 28 yards.
How about we go with a Bay Area boogie?
Call that the bag. Yeah. Later in the second, 27-0. Owens' second touchdown.
Well, something called the escape from Alcatraz for Clint Eastwood.
And look at the approval from the coach. Oh, the Niners having fun. Kevin Barlow, 46-yard touchdown.
I'm going off the board. We're kicking your fanny by 43.
He hate me. Niners win by a score of 50-14, and they're still dancing.
The best tradition in college sports, dotting the I in Script, Ohio, would get some votes. 77,000 Badger Mad fans at Camp Randall Stadium are partial to the 5th quarter. Cal students, well, they delight in stealing the Stanford tree. At Duke, they sleep in Sheshevskyville. Florida students gator clap. Georgia breeds Uggas. You can argue for hours about which tradition is tops, but really, why bother? Because any and all are just second best behind picking up Butch. Chris Conley visits the small school with a huge heart.
Come on, guys. I'm just a fan, and I love you guys.
At Middlebury College in Vermont, the sights of a New England autumn morning include brittle sunlight across a football field, and the man whose unsinkable spirit has made him a part of a 4-decade tradition. "57-year-old Richard Butch Varno has cerebral palsy. It confines him to a wheelchair and makes it impossible for him to care for himself. So before every football and men's basketball game at Middlebury, 2 or 3 athletes get in a car and head for the place just down the hill from North Pleasant Street, where Butch is waiting for them.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Butch. How's it going?
Great.
What's up, Butch?
We're ready to go, guys.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, go. Uh-oh.
And, as Middlebury athletes have done for more than 40 years,
Yeah, Butch.
they pick up Butch.
Man.
The captain, big guy, 6'5", 240, looks me in the eye and he's like, "John, don't forget Butchie." So right from that moment, I didn't really fully comprehend like the significance of what we were doing until like I got that look from him.
Let's do it, guys.
They drive Butch to the game.
I'm here, guys.
Here you are.
And after he's wheeled into Middlebury's Alumni Stadium, Butch begins the happiest hours of his entire week.
I ask you to now please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Let's go, Hayden. Pass.
Give it to him. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Yes.
Hey, you called it, man. You called it.
You just know that's where he wants to be. It's his favorite place in the world, to be at an athletic event, to be cheering his team.
There's the way to go, guys.
Have you been a sports fan all your life, Butch?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I honestly wanted to play. And that's what cerebral palsy does. It takes away what you want to do with your life.
The picking up Butch tradition started in 1960, when Butch and his grandmother were struggling to return from a football game during a blizzard. Roger Ralph, then a sophomore at Middlebury, happened to be driving by. He picked them up and drove them home.
I suspect there's never been a Middlebury student who has crossed Butch's porch, gone into Butch's living room, taken him out of his wheelchair or helped him into his wheelchair that Butch hasn't been delighted to see. He makes you feel like $1 million.
Generations of athletes at Middlebury have picked up Butch. Basketball players before football games, football players before basketball games. It's become a tradition, passed down from upperclassmen to freshmen.
You just tell him where he lives, go pick him up, and make sure you got plenty of space in the car. It's a good experience. You know, he talks a lot. Don't be nervous. He's a good guy. He's easy to talk to. Just sit there and let him know you're there for him.
For many of our students who come from very, very affluent backgrounds, to see Butch in his environment, to have the opportunity to pick him up, is a life lesson they can never learn in a classroom.
Middlebury students have lifted up Butch in other ways as well. After years of tutoring from student athletes like pole vaulter Sarah Smith, the man once spurned by the state school system earned his high school equivalency diploma by passing the GED test.
He was very emotional that day. It was a very emotional day for him, but I think it was one of his proudest moments, one of his greatest achievements of his life.
Let's throw the ball, guys.
On the football field, Butch hopes for great achievements from his team.
Yeah, here we go!
Shouting encouragement as Middlebury lines up to attempt a last-second field goal that would beat Colby College.
Get up there! Yes! Yes! No!
But defeat never leaves him down for long.
It was a tough loss, huh? Yeah, you're okay.
He's quick to offer words of consolation as his team leaves the field.
Tough one today, huh, buddy? Yeah, but I'm proud of you.
For as Butch supports his beloved players, they support him and help him do extraordinary things.
There you go, Butch. There you go. Yeah, there you go. We're not going to let you go, Butch. Oh, almost. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm slow, guys. Okay. No, you're doing good, Butch. Doing good, Butch. You walk every day, so you know what it feels like. You run, you jump. Well, I can't do that unless I have help. And I had help from 3 great football players who did the job. There you go. Yeah. This is what it's all about, guys. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Over 40 years, from the most experienced coach to the youngest freshman picking him up for the first time, Butch Varno has brightened scores of lives. And as Butch has spent his life unashamedly loving the people of Middlebury College, the people of Middlebury have loved him right back.
You are a special friend to all of us. We love you, man.
I'm sure that there are many, many stories like this on other campuses where students are working with the less privileged. But this has gone on for 40 years. I think it speaks volumes of who Butch Varno is and what his relationship with our institution has meant for so many years.
Mostly being involved with the kids, it takes so much pressure off you because they're keeping me sane, man. They're keeping me together. They're holding me together, and that's the most important thing.
With the continued support of Middlebury's student athletes, Butch plans to audit a course at the college this year on American presidents. He's currently into basketball season with the freshman football players in charge of picking him up for the games. During the summer stretch when school's out, which he says is a very miserable time, Butch favors watching Red Sox games on TV, which doesn't always help.
He probably's got a disdain for the Lakers, too, growing up in Celtics country. We're going to check the latest edition of the Lake Show and all that jazz. Buzzer beaters included. While most QBs are known for their arm, Michael Vick's makeup runs from head to toe and ankle.
This is my ankle. You know, this is what I use. This is my tool. Yeah, this is my life. This is one of my main ingredients.
Hi, I'm Jay Crawford.
And I'm Kit Hoover. On the next Cold Pizza, we'll wrap up the NFL weekend.
And we'll remember John Lennon on the anniversary of his death. Join us for some more Cold Pizza.
Bitter rivals meet in Hockeytown on ESPN Thursday Night Hockey. Brett Hall and the storied Detroit Red Wings face off against the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago, Detroit, Thursday at 9. The NHL on ESPN, made in America.
How to speak Australian. Devotion. Beer. Foster's Australian for beer. The one and only Docker Stain Defender.
It's simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think you'd agree. It's just about perfect.
The new Chevy Malibu, available with OnStar. Visit ChevyMalibu.com for details.
You know what it takes to reach your goals in life. You're ready to meet any challenge, no matter how great. It takes persistence, performance, and strength. That's why you choose Pacific Life. For insurance, annuities, and investments, rely on the strength of Pacific Life.
Really hard to say this, but you are my shining star.
With the new Sony DVD Handycam camcorder, you don't just make movies, you make DVDs.
All right, let's pop in the DVD.
Hi. What are you guys watching tonight?
On my shining star.
That's a good line.
Introducing the DVD Handycam from Sony.
Flying elbow cost Karl Malone a game. It just so happens it comes against the Utah Jazz. Storyline dead. Game goes on. Everyone's wearing a shirt. This was the elbow. Those were the teeth. That's the blood. That's the game. Back to this one. Second quarter. Similar incident. Kobe. Well, not so similar, but it does hit Raja Bell. Floor him. He'd get stitches. Kobe gets a tee. He also scored 19. Raj's back. Maurice Williams played a good game. Long range, Jay. He had a team high 16. It's the Jazz by 1 on the ensuing possession. Shot of the game. Devin George splashdown. He had 16, Lakers by 2. We're tying it or we're going ahead. 8.5 to play. Iron, not kind. Bell shoots and misses. Shaq finally gets the board. He'll hold on to that thing, and the Lakers do hang on and win 94-92.
Timberwolves Clippers, Minnesota with a big-time OT win in Sacto Friday. We get a tight game. Sam Cassell with the runner to tie it up. Then time winding down. How about Kevin Garnett? KG 33-25 was man-sized in the last game. Beats the buzzer for the win again here. Wolves 96-94.
Last year, Michael Vick ripped through Carolina like a nor'easter through New England. I mean, he needed a plow to clean up the Panthers he left in his wake. 2 games, 450 yards of passing, 111 yards of rushing, 71 points to nothing for Carolina. Then on September 28th of this year, without Vick, the Falcons got flushed by Carolina 23-3. But who hasn't killed him this season? So he asked rhetorically, can you be the league MVP and start only 4 games? I mean, who's more valuable? The Sunday Conversation with Michael Vick. Former MVP Steve Young, he asked the questions.
Before you're hurt, it's Mike Vick. Now it's Michael.
That was part of my mom's decision. She heard everybody calling me Mike. Mike Vick this, Mike Vick that. And she was like, son, then I name you Michael. And so why isn't everybody calling you Michael? So she was like, I want you to go to the media, change your name, get it switched around and get it corrected. I want everybody to call you Michael from here on out. I'm like, okay, Ma, whatever you want, I'll do it.
Vick will keep the football. He will advance it. He's to the 5. Nothing going for Vick, and Vick is hurt right now.
That is the last thing everyone in Atlanta wanted to see.
Listening to the trainers and hearing them say it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks, 4 weeks went by, 7 weeks went by, 10 weeks went by, and it was like, you know, everything was starting to go in a different direction. The media saying I'm dragging my injury out, you know, they're dogging me about that, and I'm like, man, you know, I mean, this is wrong, I'm hurt, you know, and nobody can feel what I'm feeling, only me.
How frustrated did you get?
Yeah, I was upset because, you know, last year they knew I had sore shoulders and I was banged up. All the hits I took last year, and, you know, they knew about all my injuries, and some weeks I didn't even practice. So for them to dog me and saying that I'm dragging my injury out, I'm like, come on now. I mean, you know, I did everything in my power last year I could to, you know, I mean, I showed the toughness, you know, and showed the will. And, you know, they still don't. And this is my ankle. Right. You know, this is what I use. This is my tool. Yeah, this is my life. This is one of my main ingredients. And it was like, man, I mean, how could they even say that?
Dan Marino said early in the week, like, well, he needs to understand injury and pain, and when you're hurt and when you're not hurt.
But I've been through that. I played last year with 2 nearly separated shoulders and a sore thumb. So I know what pain is. You know, injury is injury. Injury is when you can't play, when you can't do anything, when you're handicapped. And, you know, think about it, you know, I was just scared to go out there and maybe do something that was even more severe than what it was at the time.
Your team, their anticipation, too, got a little bit out of control. Like, did you feel alone there the last few weeks here?
The last thing I want is my teammates to turn on me and think that I'm dragging this injury out. Yeah. You know, which I'm really not. You know, I was just hoping that the guys were, you know, believing in me and trusting me that I was doing the right thing. And I think for the most part they were very supportive.
A couple weeks ago, Dan Reeves said, wow, I wish Mike would come out, you know. And I got a sense when I watched, I was like, ooh, you know, I don't know about this. This is getting hairy for everybody. Was there any kind of tiff between you guys over that?
No, not really. I think, you know, Coach Reeves just wanted to see me out there. He was another guy who felt as if I was ready. You know, he wants me to take my time, but at the same time, he wants me to, you know, kind of go out and push it a little bit just to see where I'm at.
There's a lot of speculation about Coach Reeves being back, whether he will or whether he won't. Do you feel pressure to play for that?
Coach Reeves, you know, selected me #1 overall. And, you know, for him to do that, I think he really believed in me a lot, you know, and regardless of the situation.